Today I'm going to be talking about Jean-Jacques Annaud's 1986 film In the Name of the Rose, and honestly this is an absolutely fantastic film. It's the kind of film that I just love. It's so atmospheric and grimy. It leads into that procedural murder mystery aspect that I just absolutely adore. It's set in a world that's not clean or glossy. This is a lived in hard world that's ugly and it's full of corruption. It's got this monastery setting that's just fantastic. And it's got Sean Connery, who plays a Franciscan monk who investigates like Sherlock Holmes. Awesome.
This one, I grant you, did not commit suicide.
The film's set in 1327, and you have William of Baskerville, a Franciscan friar who arrives at a Benedictine abbey with his young novice, Adso, played by Slater. And while they're there for a theological debate, a murder has happened that they start to investigate. Then there's another murder, and the abbey begins to feel that there's something going wrong. And then there's another murder, and William starts investigating using reason and observation and logic and experience. But he's surrounded in a world where almost everyone wants to interpret these events as prophecy or demons or divine punishment. And that's the central tension for me. Is this the work of the devil, or is it a human behind it? Will people be able to look by the theological aspects and be able to go, no, this is the evils of man, other than that? And it's a mystery so compelling. Its answer sits somewhere between, say, crime and theology, politics, or control of knowledge. Is just terrific.
We must not allow ourselves to be influenced by irrational rumours of the Antichrist. Let us instead exercise our brains and try to solve this tantalising conundrum.
Sean Connery is incredible as William here. He could easily become a kind of dry, intellectual character, but Connery gives him a kind of warmth and a wit and a curiosity, as well as an authority when he's investigating. He plays William as a man of faith, but not a man who's abandoned reason. And that's what makes him interesting. Whereas some of the other characters believe in God and they believe that this is some sort of sign, he's looking for the reasons behind it. He will have belief if it needs to be there, but he's also looking at the practicality of the situation, the way he listens and observes, or the questions that he asks. He notices the small details and he refuses to accept situations where a human explanation might be possible, and Connery makes it incredibly watchable here. There is this calm intelligence to him, but also a little sense of humour, which I really like. He isn't some cold detective figure. He is a man who has lived. He's compassionate. He's amused by human absurdity and aware that the knowledge can be very dangerous, particularly in this world that they have. This might be one of my absolute favourite Connery performances because he is the humanity behind the film. Yes, he has the authority, but he also feels like a character that you'd like to spend time with, who has that warmth and humanity within him as well.
She has already burnt flesh, Adso. Bernardo Gui has spoken. She is a witch.
But that's not true, and you know it.
I know.
The counterpoint to that is Slater as Adso. He is seeing the world unfold in front of him. He's our narrator looking back on this time, and it matters because he's kind of inexperienced and he's frightened and he's trying to understand the world around him. He doesn't have the confidence or the discipline. He's slowly learning how to look at things, and that's really the point of the film. William teaches him how to investigate a murder, but through the idea of thinking, of taking a step back, of being practical about these things, how to question, how to doubt, how to understand that certainty can be incredibly dangerous when they are tied to power. And you have that novice perspective from Slater, which I think really works well in the film. Now, an absolute standout for me is the Abbey. The Abbey is is a great location. It feels somehow simultaneously enormous but incredibly claustrophobic as well, and it's a difficult balance to pull out. You have these huge stone walls, these corridors, these kind of small confined spaces, hidden passages, in that incredible library set that just feels less like a room and more like a forbidden machine of knowledge. The Abbey is supposed to be for devotion, but it's full of secrets, and it feels like every corridor someone is watching someone. A place where faith and power, fear and knowledge are all kind of trapped together.
Well, Adso, it would appear that we're in a labyrinth.
Later on in the film, you get F. Murray Abraham as Bernardo Gui. He brings real danger into the film. He is one of the inquisitors, and when he arrives, you can feel the whole mood of the film just shift. William, looking for truth. Gui, looking for guilt, looking to punish, and that difference is everything. Gui doesn't investigate the same as William does. He just wants a confession. He just wants a sin. He wants to punish, and that's the narrative that reinforces the authority of the church. And Abraham plays him with this chilling certainty. He isn't unsure, he isn't curious, he doesn't need to understand. There is an arrogance there. He's much scarier than ignorance. He uses faith as a weapon, and that is terrifying when he comes into the film. But in a film where there are so many good performances, the standout for me every time I watch this is Ron Perlman as Salvatore. He is absolutely incredible, and it's one of those performances that you'll never forget once you've seen it. He is a character who is physically grotesque. He's strange and he's tragic. He has these strange quirks, and he's almost quite sympathetic at the same time. And Salvatore could easily have been a caricature, but Perlman gives him real texture. The mixing of language as he speaks, the body movement and the contortions, the face, and this strange nervous energy that's imbued within the character. Everything about him feels like someone who's been broken and reshaped multiple times. He feels like a man who has lived through way too much, and that makes him one of the most memorable parts of the film. And like I said, in a film that has incredible performances, Ron Perlman's really stands out as absolutely jaw-droppingly excellent.
Là-bas, nous avons il diavolo.
Of course, the plot of the film, the murder mystery, is something that always sticks with me. I always remember why people were dying, how they were dying. It was just something that was incredibly satisfying for me, because it doesn't feel sort of detached from the thematics of the movies. The deaths are not just there to kind of push the plot along. They're tied to the central idea of the film, the knowledge, the fear and the power. It's all there. And we have William investigating this and almost being enthralled by this challenge to him, and it's why the film works so well within this medieval atmosphere that we have, and it's just, yeah, incredible. Now, the direction from Annaud is a tough job, adapting a book which could have been incredibly difficult to make cinematic. Umberto Eco's novel, which I have read a long while ago, it's dense, it's a lot more intellectual, philosophical, but they take the key elements and they boil it down to the essence of what it was trying to get to, which I really appreciate. For me, this is one of those films where I everything works, from the performances to the location. It's a place you can almost physically smell as they move around it. The characters, the actors are all excellently cast and deliver amazing performances. For me, I can't see anything that doesn't work here. Maybe if you've read the novel and you're looking for something that's similar to that, there is differences, but a film has to move away from the book, and I'm just splitting hairs to get something that may not work that well. The 4K looks incredible. When you have this wonderful set, it brings it to life when you've got these dark corridors where you're peering, looking for somebody watching. You can see all the avenues and the stonework, and it just looks incredible. The orange hue of the light just brings everything to light. It just looks amazing. Another standout disc from Second Sight Films, and of course it's got an incredible package, as they always do. Let's dive in and have a look at it. Here we are in the disc for The Name of the Rose. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have an audio commentary by James Marsh, and then a second commentary with the director Jean-Jacques Annaud. Then we have Charm of Humanity, an interview with the director, and this runs for 38 minutes 37 seconds, and he's really candid, he's really eloquent, talking about discovering this book, the film, and how he helped shape it. Then we have A Boy and His Dog, an interview with actor Christian Slater, which runs for 23 minutes 34 seconds. It's a new extra as well. This is a great conversation talking about his career, how he kind of got this job, and then his remembrances of it all, which is just wonderful. And similarly, Bringing the Mustard, an interview with actor Ron Perlman, which runs for 22 minutes 38 seconds, and it's another wonderful conversation, talking about how he got into the role, how he really wanted the role of Salvatore, how he kind of attuned to that character and was desperate to get the role, and how he remembers making the film. And this, along with Christian Slater, are some of the best extras I've seen recently. Then we have Liquidating the Disc, an interview with writer Andrew Birkin, and this is 22 minutes 65 seconds. It's another great extra. He's just talking about the film. He talks about some of his career, some of his successes, and some things he's not proud of, and how he got this and how he helped to try and shape it as well. And then we have The Abbey of Crime. Umberto Eco is the name of the rose, which runs for 45 minutes 18 seconds, and is a German TV documentary that chronicles the daily rehearsals and filming and behind the scenes of this film. Also included in this set is some art cards and a 120-page book. That's the extras for In the Name of the Rose. So there we have it. In the Name of the Rose is an absolute standout for me. It's one of my favourite films. It's a 5 out of 5 film. It's atmospheric, intelligent. Sean Connery is incredible. Christian Slater is wonderful. F. Murray Abraham is chilling. Ron Perlman is absolutely captivating, and the historical location of the Abbey is wonderful. This 4K disc from Second Sight Films is absolutely essential, from the extras to the wonderful presentation to the great packaging and the essays that are included within the book. This is a standout release of an absolute masterpiece of a film. You need this in your shelf. You want this in your shelf. If you haven't seen In the Name of the Rose, get on it. Incredible film. Absolutely adore it. I would love to know your thoughts on this film, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or fall somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.